So we're starting a photo a day challenge, friend Scott and I kind of wanted to do some behind the scenes footage of some of the ideas we had. The first day is going to be shot through a window, and I'm just kind of walking around the house. I looked at some shots through the windows outside, but I kind of wanted you to get an idea of why I settled on what I settled with, which was a shot through a window the opposite way. So typically when we think of looking outside of a window, we're going to be looking, outside to the world exterior to us. What if you're on the outside looking in? So at first I did some shots from inside looking out. So you'll see I went through this window. And then I kind of just took a walk outside. When you look through, you kind of get some reflections, which is going to fit in with our tomorrow challenge, which is going to be reflections. There's a lot of different windows that you can look into, that you can kind of look through and see some interesting things, or things that kind of tell a story. And for me, my father has a lot of equipment on our property. So what you see here is some of the stuff that he used to do construction with. There's a old truck right here, and we have some old heavy machinery. But he also has this truck. Now this truck used to be my uncle's, actually. And this truck, you can see all that old patina, tells a lot of different stories. A lot of things have happened in here. So what I decided to do was get a look through the window here. With all those bits of dust and things like that, you sort of get a reflection. What you also get is, the empty chair. So my father had a business that he inherited from his father. And it was construction. He loved it, did it for many years, operated his own business with heavy equipment. And over time, he kind of fell into decline post-Katrina, and he decided to sort of pack it in. And he actually works for another company now operating equipment. So this truck has been kind of idle, sitting there in our yard. He's trying to think of what to do with it, and it's hard for him to kind of let it go, because it's a part of his past, part of my grandfather's past, part of his uncle's past. So that empty chair tells a lot of stories. Shooting through that window is a window to the past, but also just a window to my family. So thank you guys for sharing that with me today. I'll be back tomorrow for some more photos. We are on day 2 of the Lakeside Photo Challenge, and today is all about reflections. Yesterday was looking through windows, either in or out, and you'll kind of see some of the ones I didn't choose throughout the course of this video. But today we're going to be doing reflections, and I got a lot of ideas yesterday from doing stuff through the window. I got some reflections from some car windows, and I kind of tried to do some different things. I was intending to do a wine bottle and kind of go through a wine bottle. I got a couple of decent shots, which you'll kind of see maybe now. But some of the other things that I was going to do is try maybe like the car's hood or the car's side. So kind of what I decided to do today was come outside and do a couple of different things. So the main problem, as you can see, we get some reflections here through the window, and I do like that. And I do like the stuff you get from the car. Only problem is my car is very dirty, and a lot of that artifacting comes up on the screen. So I guess it's a good motivation for me to actually, clean my car maybe. But Heather's car is right over here, and she has a dream catcher in the window. One of the cool things that I saw through the window is the dream catcher, and I did a shot from this angle, which is kind of tangled in the trees. And then I also did it from this side. And from this side, you can see it kind of gets caught between the trees and the power lines, and I like that shot a lot. So I'm kind of vacillating between whether or not I'm going to use this shot or if I'm going to use the one through the front, but I like the idea of a dream catcher captured. So you tell me what you think. Like I said, we do not know tomorrow's subject just yet, but that'll be on Instagram, so you follow me at Strider0 or at Truly Scott Simon every day for these ideas. These videos will probably be out weekly, so that's not going to help you now. But you get to kind of see why we chose the shots we chose. When I say we, probably just me, because I don't think Scott's filming any of this, but here we go. And there's a wonderful lawnmower in the background and some traffic that probably shouldn't be on the road. So I will see you guys tomorrow when whatever the subject is going to be that day. Yeah, have a great one. Day 3 of the photo challenge, and today is all about your earliest piece of tech you purchased for yourself. So I'm out here trying to figure out what to do with this. This is the first iMac I ever purchased for myself, along with, if you can see right there, the iPod, the second iPod. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some creative shots here out in nature, and kind of don't know how they're going to turn out. So this is the first idea that I had, and ultimately I don't know which one I'm going to pick. So let's find out. Alright, so location number 2 is going to be around here. The yard that my family has a lot of my dad's old equipment in it, and you can see we have a lot of trees and things. But right over here is one of his old tractors, and it's kind of been cut down to size a little bit, but I figure it's a nice juxtaposition to sort of older tech and even older tech. We also have another possible location over this way. So if we look, we also have some of the sheds and things, but also this tractor, which is the only one that's still operational, actually. But we might find some way of kind of, yeah, and don't get me wrong, we definitely need to trim the verge here, so to speak. But yeah, this tractor might be another one. Put it next to the wheel well or something like that. So, like I said, I'll probably intermix in here some of the shots that didn't quite make it, so you can kind of see. But if you're following the hashtag LakesidePhotoChallenge, then you'll see the one that actually got chosen. Day 4, I think it's 4, of the photo challenge. Today we were deciding on nature, well, flowers and nature. So we figured not many people, if you're quarantined, would necessarily have access to flowers, or maybe you could find something in nature either outside your apartment window or something like that. So we kind of settled on flowers or nature as being a big umbrella to that. So I kind of walked around, like I told you guys before, we have pretty big grounds here. The family has a bunch of different little bits of area, so I kind of walked around and kind of got some ideas for some things, which I'll kind of plop some of the ones that didn't make it up here. But I think I've kind of settled on something. This whole series, I was talking about it yesterday, is about being brightness. My first picture was in black and white, which was because of the emotional connection to it. It was history, and it kind of connected me to that. But I kind of want this to be, more in keeping with positivity and brightness. I think of bright colors when I think of that. So a lot of the photos I've been doing, like the one I posted yesterday with the old technology, had to do with making the colors really pop, so that the blue sky versus the green. And for this, I kind of wanted to do something similar. So I walked around, got a couple different shots of like some things that I found interesting, trees, and some ideas I got for some shadows, which we might have as another subject. But ultimately I kind of settled on, I think, this, which is probably what you'll wind up seeing today when I post. Along the area of the pool gate, so this is where my family's pool is. We have all kinds of different plants. My grandmother loves the garden that she has. She spent a lot of time developing some things into it. But these are some flowers that I love. And I'm not sure exactly what they are. I keep wanting to say tiger lilies or something like that, but they're just beautiful. So I have a couple of shots that I've taken of these, one from this angle, and I also have one that I took through here. And I think I kind of like that one, like the idea of caged nature, since we're all kind of caged currently in what we're doing. Not to put too fine a point on it, but we're kind of all stuck in the place where we're at. So beauty behind a cage, and just kind of waiting to be let out. So that might be ultimately what I choose. Don't know. You'll know by the time this video is out, because I have to kind of cut this and edit it. But yeah, beautiful windy day out here. Kind of enjoying looking at the grounds. So yeah, a couple of elements that I kind of look at as I pan through about pictures that might actually be able to be taken. So more on tomorrow. So tomorrow's photo is going to be about laying down on the ground and taking a picture of something interesting, like the sky, the clouds, or something like that. So it should be a sunny, bright day. It doesn't necessarily have to be the clouds. Could be the ceiling of wherever you're at, just kind of laying on your back and kind of taking a look, getting a different perspective on things. So I'll see you guys back tomorrow for more of what we have pending. And I don't know why I'm making silly faces, but here we are. Talk to you soon, guys. Day 5 of the Lakeside Photo Challenge. And yes, I am here in my hammock for a very particular reason, not just because it's very relaxing, which it is, But because this is where I chose the shot for today, I already kind of chose it because I was playing around yesterday, and thought this might be a good angle to take. So today's challenge was what's above you. So basically lay on your back and take a picture of whatever your sky is, and in this case my sky is the actual sky. Some people might have, you know, ceilings or interesting things that were above them, but I decided to go with this. So it's going to come out massively better in the actual photo that you'll see attached to this video, or the one that I actually posted. But yeah, it's a view from the hammock of the trees that are above us with the sky above, and I kind of like the way that all the branches are kind of layered on top of each other. It gives you a view of the sky. It's almost like aspirational, like you don't feel so much insignificant as humbled, and you're kind of looking up towards the sky almost like you can touch it. And that's kind of where the inspiration came from for today. So now I'm going to move on to other things, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be coffee or teacup, and basically what we're doing is trying to take an interesting photo of our coffee or teacup. I realized while editing this together that I forgot to tell you why I chose this particular shot. This is a coffee cup that I got as a gift from an employee when I worked at a coffee shop. It's a Superman coffee mug because I love Superman, and it has a cool little cape in the background. So I got that in some Jammy Dodgers, which are some English biscuits with raspberry jam between them, a favorite of mine, and if you love Doctor Who, you probably know what those are. So I kind of did some different angles of this shot, and we'll show you the shot I chose at the end of this section. Tried here, and you'll see some of the examples of the pictures that I took here. But the results were kind of, I don't know, a little bit lackluster. I do have coffee here a lot, though. So I was actually going to be worried about today and showing you behind the scenes because it's pets. And my particular pet tends to run away. He's a cat, Russian blue named Loki. So I was kind of worried because it's hard to kind of pin him down and get a non-long distance shot because he does what he wants to do. He's his own person or cat, or in very much the same way. That's why he's my son. But I was sitting here kind of on a conference call for work, and well, not kind of, I definitely was on a conference call for work, and Loki came into the room and decided to get in my window, and then during the conference call he came to settle here on my lap. So you'll actually get to see Loki. This is not the picture that I chose, of course. I have some pictures of him outside, but you'll get to see what he looks like, and then we'll kind of put this together. I'm kind of interested to see how this first video is going to go. It'll kind of inform the ones that are after it. So I thank you guys for listening this week. This has been kind of fun and a new experience for me to try to make these videos, and I hope it reaches someone. And there he is, the legend, wrapped around my feet. Oh, he knows we're talking about him, and that's actually my foot. Yeah, there he is, sleeping. That's mostly how you'll see him, or eating, or swatting at me to get me to go where I want him to go. Or where he wants me to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on more scripts for this. So, the challenge today, of course, was pets. Tomorrow is going to be silhouettes and shadows. You also should see this edited video at some point tomorrow, as well as my podcast. If you're wanting to listen to that, it's called The Awesome Village, and my friends and I get together and talk about movies and TV. So, thank you guys for putting up with me this week. If you're part of the photo challenge, hashtag LakesidePhotoChallenge. At Truly Scott Simon is the guy who helped me with this. He's a great photographer. You should follow his page, and I Heart NOLA. And I am Strider0 on Instagram, and here I am Face for Radio. So it's a fun joke that I play on myself.